And we are live. Good morning, Crypto Warriors, and welcome back to Gem in the Crypto, episode 1223. Today is Wednesday, May 15th, 2024. I'm King, here to bridge the gap between the community and crypto most days, Monday through Friday at 10ish. And today, interesting story. It's interesting because I accidentally pressed live before I decided on the final stories, but I'm going to roll with it and see what I found. Unofficial Gamestop meme coin surpasses $100 million in market cap. Let's see. Tornado Cash developer guilty of money laundering. Why is Bitcoin price stuck? I'm definitely going to have to cover this one for a quick moment. Solana-based Cypher developer confesses to gambling away $300,000 of user funds. El Salvador mines 474 Bitcoin using geothermal volcanic energy. Over 1 million new crypto tokens have been launched since April. Oh, my goodness. Cypher core contributor admits to stealing 260K in gambling away. So I'm assuming that's the same Solana-based Cypher developer. Okay, yeah, cool. Let's see. Filing suggests SEC is exploring grounds to deny spot Ether ETFs. Briefly go over that. And there was one last one I remember seeing as well. I don't think I actually brought it on. And that was an article I saw. It was an opinion piece on Cointelegraph. Here it is. Does Trump care about crypto? I was going to talk about that since they didn't give me a call back on that one. All right. First and foremost, of course, let's go ahead and take a look at these prices on the day. Let me go ahead and refresh this screen. Make sure you all are getting the freshest, newest, crispiest prices there are on the market. Bitcoin's coming in at $64,182, up 4.15%. Ethereum number 2 at $2,950, up 1.88%. Number 4, BNB at $577, up 0.76%, was 0.42%. That just changed on me. Number 5, Solana at $151, up 5.13%. Listen, you believe in it. It was just at $200. You're getting yourself a nice little haircut. Might want to look at number 8, Toncoin is $6.99, up 4.54%. And number 10, Cardano at 44 cents, up 2.49%. Recently added, of course, GameStop 2.0, Cybertrump, and P-Stake. And trending tokens are GameStop, Pepe, and BFi Labs. Is the GameStop trending token and GameStop 2.0, is that the same thing right there? GME 2.0. Oh my goodness, it's too much going on. Fear and Greed Index is at a 52. Bitcoin dominance is at a 54.3%. Ethereum dominance at a 15.2%. Again, is that sliding? I gotta take a peek. I could have sworn it was at just at 15.3 or something. So it looks to me to be sliding just a bit. And wow, I'm not even sharing myself. I got to figure out how to listen. Every time I log on, there's a new they keep updating. This is hilarious. This is a cool way to share. I like that one. I do not like that one. Let's see. All right, that's our original. They keep updating every time I come on. This is pretty funny. Let's see. Which one? I like that. That was a cool one. Can I flip it? I want to flip it. I want the screen to be bigger and I'm smaller. That'll be a better one. Let's see if I can go that way. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's too much. Let's do the third one. All right. But no, those are the prices for the day as I play around with this screen and update it live in front of you all. Quick shout outs today. What's going on? Crip Word, Chloe Dior, Wisdom Bars, DM Carr, The Painter, Kelvin Gorman. God bless you as well. Holloway Fam Bam, JB, DM Carr, Cornelius Broadnex. Welcome back to the show. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. As I kind of said when I started, I accidentally pressed live, so I did kind of look at some of the stories I want to cover. I didn't look at all of them, but I did have a lot of stories selected that essentially I just want to briefly kind of go over because this is the stuff that shakes people out of the market or brings them into the market. This is one of the reasons why we started the show, where these are like the little news articles and headlines that make people like, well, wait, is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? Should I invest? Should I do I need to move my portfolio? So I just want to take a quick look at a few of these prices and why, or not prices, these stories and these headlines specifically, and kind of why they're popping up. Of course, the biggest why is because of the market, right? This is a 24/7 market. So they're reporting on it 24/7, especially from a traditional lens. So where people are, especially now, as you're getting a lot of more professionals from the traditional side, we have traditional writers coming in, traditional accountants, tax people, traders, analysts, everything, right? So a lot of people are coming over here looking at this from how things used to be. And how it used to be is 2 to 5% are big swings. Those are huge swings. So throughout the day and night, every few hours when Bitcoin goes up 2 or 5%, goes down 2 5%, which for us is normal. To the people in the traditional market and people searching for content are just going to continue to throw out headline after headline after headline. I think this is a bad thing. I get it. You want to push content, you want people to volume and all that, but also on the flip side, is like you are confusing the shit out of people in an already confusing and new market. So I think it doesn't do the market any favors. And for the same people and companies like Cointelegraph, publications that are pushing the nonstop headlines and content, I think it'll actually do them better if they pushed out less of it. That way, people weren't going in every direction. So, with that opening monologue being said, why is Bitcoin price stuck? Like, Cointelegraph need to be slapped for printing this. Y'all know better than this. Really, Bitcoin price is stuck now. Like, people, this is crazy. It was all good just a week ago, right? Like, they're writing articles that the price of Bitcoin is stuck. I think what let me not even I say I think it. What did I say last time? Let's not go back and forth about what we think could be true. Let's just go ahead and use this internet right in front of us. That's why we have it. Okay. Top asset, of course, let's go straight to Bitcoin. I think I'm sharing the screen. I am perfect. All right. Why Bitcoin price has been stuck. And to be specific, they said Bitcoin's price has been range bound, as they're calling it, for 2 months due to balanced well supply redistribution and post halving consolidation, blah, blah, blah. Word soup. I don't even agree with it. Got to go to the year to see the past 2 months. But let's see. We are May 15th today, April 15th, March 15th. So they're saying for the past 2 months, Bitcoin price, and it has been going sideways. But here's my question once again. Like, and this is actually the opposite of kind of what I started off the monologue, where I said a lot of people are looking at this from a traditional lens. This person is actually looking at it from a degenerate lens. Like, it was from 70. So yeah, March 15th, you're looking at 69,000, is at 64,000 right now. So I actually take that back for this specifically. This isn't a traditional lens. This is a fucking degen lens. I did it again. The rant almost started. I'm working on the profanity on the live, at least for this show specific. I gotta have another show I can let it out. But this is as degen as it get. Because Bitcoin hasn't moved more than 5% in 2 months, the price is officially stuck. I'm talking about searching for content. This is where they're like just having to have a headline. I think this is unnecessary. This scares people out of the market. This is bad. This is FUD to me. This is FUD. Like, the price of Bitcoin isn't stuck. B, looking at it for longer than two. Like, who looks at an 8-week investment? These are people when I first started in crypto, I was working with. I don't like working with people like this. These are the degens of the degens on the low. Oh man, you ain't made no money in 8 weeks. Like, damn, that's how we doing it now. You never had an investment portfolio make you money in 8 weeks and give it right back, but you expect it now. So let's actually go out to 3 months. So and this is what I mean by searching for content and headlines. They specifically said 2 months. What trading analytics use a 2-month cycle? I don't know. I've never heard of anyone just say, no, we're only looking at the last 60 days. Like, you either look at the last 90 days, 30 days, like no one goes in between. So that's kind of weird to me. But if you were actually go 3 months to February 15th, you see the price of Bitcoin was 50, what? I'm going to be specific, 52,000. All right. So let's say $52,000 February 15th. But for this article, they said the price of Bitcoin is stuck the last 2 months. Like, really? We just went from 50,000 in February to March having 73,000. So 52,000, 73,000. And yes, we are finding some consolidation, retracements, we're balancing. The halving happened. ETFs are just, people, the fervor that's happening. Like, a lot of fundamental things are happening. But for this to actually be an article, and I'm spending way too much time on it already, I just got to point out, like, come on, do better, Yashu Gola. I'm not sure if you gave that to them and they just ran it or they pressed you to write it, but come on, Cointelegraph. The price of Bitcoin is stuck now because of 2 months. Insane. That's an insane headline right there. I just thought we covered it. But again, these are the headlines, though, that literally have people like, oh, they will call me. What's wrong with Bitcoin right now? They're saying it's stuck. Like, well, did you read the article? What does it say? Come on, King. Of course I didn't read the article. I got shit to do. That's what I'm calling you. Right? So it's just like, you didn't read the article. People are seeing the headline. They're like, "Oh my God, Bitcoin's price is stuck. What's going on with Bitcoin? Why is it stuck? Something wrong with the software?" Cointelegraph, shame on you. I'm saying you can get the same type of volume just producing regular content. And the reason why, I guess I can just flip over to this story right now as I say it. The reason why I'm specifically saying this, that I know they are, or I'm specifically saying this to Cointelegraph is because I know they're watching, right? And how do I know they're watching? You all ask. How do you know they're watching you, King? Because out of the blue, how many times has this happened? But out of the blue, they write an article. Does Trump care about crypto? Bitcoin is the latest battleground in the U.S. election. So essentially, everything I talked about on last week's show, an article has been written on it, with no attribution, of course. But they're talking about how Trump has switched his anti-Bitcoin stance. They're talking about how Cardano CEO Hoskinson came out in support of different stuff, how they're throwing out the bill. Biden's administration throwing out the bill to actually suppress crypto, the HJ Res 109, blah, blah, blah. We talked about literally the entire thing. This is, for the most part, what the article is about. All I'm asking Cointelegraph is to give me the shout back here and there. Okay. Let me get it back. All right. But no, seriously, if you're more interested in another optic on that and more detailed, I wouldn't necessarily say more detailed, but maybe a written review of some of the things we were talking about, how I felt that federal government were all in it together. This is another opinion piece on Cointelegraph. Again, pretty much similar thoughts we had, but just kind of goes into is Trump for crypto, who's against crypto, and the federal government as well. So again, another headline article. To go along with that, another headline article, again, running through these bigger ones, or these smaller pieces, I should say, because they were more just attention grabbing than anything. But um, filing suggests SEC is exploring grounds to deny spot Ether ETFs. I'm not going to get into the weeds of this article, but again, it goes into what we were talking about, goes into what my thoughts about Ethereum's short-term future when it comes to its actual technical progression, as well as if it will become a derivative of some type of market, as well as its price predictions, whatever. I think it's going to be a jury outlook unless Bitcoin's pumping, then of course the entire market will pump. But for it specifically, yeah, like this is how it goes. This is now the narrative, right? Now this is officially the narrative. Now we're getting articles that are coming out saying, hey, filing suggests SEC is exploring grounds to deny spot. And I guarantee next 72 hours, you're going to see about 3 or 4 more articles that are essentially saying that the spot ETF won't be happening. This one specifically was a March 4 filing for BlackRock spot Ether ETF. It called for feedback on whether the investment vehicle could be listed as a commodity. So again, this is BlackRock. We already saw how they did the Bitcoin ETF. They weren't taking no for an answer. So to see them now with the Ether ETF say, well, how about the commodity? What are your thoughts on that? And it's like, okay. So they're willing and dealing. They got their wish already. And they literally forced the federal government to tell Gary Gensler to get down or lay down, get fired or give them what they want. And he gave the private 3 citizens of BlackRock, Fidelity, and whatever hidden shadow organization that owns all the capital in the world what they wanted. But it's one of those things was like, no, you're not going to buck the. We're not going to do it back to back twice in like a 3 to 6 month span. Like, no, we're still the federal government here. Like, we're not going. It's not going like that. But what about a commodity? So that's all that's basically happening. But by and large, I think the basis is that the narrative is out to me that the Ethereum ETF probably won't be happening here in the short term. All right. I've seen the comments going crazy. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Unofficial. Oh my goodness, you degens. You degen. This is why the show had to be the gem in the crypto. You degens out there are why the show had to be the gentleman of crypto. Okay. How to go back to I like that so you can see me sometimes. Oh, now it's not because I got the chat probably. Let me see. Probably because I got the chat, but I just want to see. Boom, that's a cool one. All right. I can do that when I'm talking to you. That works. All right. I got to see the different ones they have. I turn off the chat to see what happens. There we go. Okay. Now I can zoom in. You degens out there are why early on, Zay and I both knew, and I told him, like, we wanted this to be a Bitcoin-oriented show. I was like, it's not going to work, bro. Do you see what's happening right now with everything? And this was in 2016. Okay. I'm like, it won't keep the attention span. It's too much movement everywhere else. Yeah, it is like playing a lottery and being speculative. And even back then, it wasn't as speculative, which is crazy, as much as people call the market speculative then. But I guess when you look at the market now, or when you look from now back then, hindsight, it was speculative. Vinny Lingram and his what's the thing Vinny has? Somebody Civic. What happened to Civic Key? All that money you gone, huh? Boy, all we got is a vending machine that looked at an ID and gave you out a beer. Okay. Listen, it was all types of projects that end up being speculative. But it wasn't as what it is now, to where it's just like, no, this is literally DGen casino happening. But that is really why we did the Gentleman of Crypto. We did see the future of it being uncontrolled, out of control, and it just being everywhere. And I say that because like these are the stories. Like unofficial GameStop meme coin surpasses $100 million in market cap. Absolutely hilarious. When all this energy could be going to Bitcoin, it is not. It is what it is. Rick's Mix said it again. The apes are at it again. Holloway found them. GameStop and Tesla are making headlines again. All we need now is AMC to join the party, and we'll be relieving the market frenzy of 2021. Possibly, it also could be a couple of very smart traders saying, yo, what if we just pump crazy GameStop AMC? We get everybody to have this type of fervor and get our money, get in, get out. We'll be back in 3 years to do it again. Keep hope alive. All right. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Let's see. That GameStop pump was so unexpected. I have a screenshot on Crypto Bubbles. It was pumping at 1,500. Like, what the heck? Yeah, it is crazy. It's crazy. But let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get into this article. I thought this would be a pretty fun one. Solana meme coin has soared more than 2,000% in the past week following the surge in GameStop stock. That's right. GME, an unofficial Solana meme coin parody of American gaming retailer GameStop, has surpassed 100 million in market capitalization amid a trading frenzy of its namesake but unrelated entity. How did it get 100 million? And again, I understand some are going to be bots, some are going to be some smaller, aggressive funds or people to where, yeah, they do got a few million to play with, 10, 15. Hey, you get 3, 4, 5, 6 people, some bros. Everybody got 4 to 6 million to play with. Hey, we can pump this thing to 30 to 50, or 30 to 42 on our own, 30 to 36, 38 on our own. We get the general market to go double with us. Worst case scenario, we get our money out with the bags. Like, so I'm not saying like it's 100 million isn't, it's like just impossible, right? It is still one of those things though where it's just like, if it wasn't the bros fronting the first 30 to 40%, $100 million, what? This is crazy. But again, as of May 14th, the GME meme coin has returned 2,291% within the past week and trades at 1 cent, 0.01449 at the time of publication. The move was largely fueled by investors' interest in shares of GameStop Corp, listed on New York Stock Exchange, which have surged 228% in the past 5 trading days. Oh my goodness, people. I've been super busy. I didn't even know this is going on. No. So this is pretty cool though. So basically we just got the copycat on the crypto side of the house, and it went crazy. So with that being said, for other popular tokens and stocks, I think we can see the same in the future. If you see something that has that type of underground fervor to it, you can expect it to be relisted on the crypto exchanges and to get that temporary pump. So let's see. And these are the stories that also exist. We got to talk about Laura Smith. Thank you for being real. Laura Smith says, I'm down 30% since I got in yesterday. LOL. So what could and possibly will happen? I've seen it happen in the past for a lot of tokens. Unless it's like a lot of capital where you're like, all right, it's time to cut losses and just get anything back. Then oftentimes in those situations, you just got, hey, you got to ride the lightning. Okay. It'll be back in a year or two when the general market goes crazy with that pump, or that random day like this happens, or they get listed. Whenever that random day of something happening, right, is when it will go crazy and it'll pump back up. And you just have to be aware of it when that happens. So you can say, and it's time to get my capital and profit out, or whatever, right? Or my principal and profit out, or whatever I can get out. But yeah, if it can happen, and it does happen, people. So I'm in like 3 or 4 tokens now that happened, but I kind of knew they were ahead of time, because some of them were forks and blah, blah, blah. Different things were happening in the market at the time. I knew the happening. After the happening, the whole market may dip. So there's tokens I'm in now that I was like, Yeah. Government. There you go. IRS. I lost a lot of money already. Okay. There's tokens I've lost money in now. And this is like, I already had it in my head. It's like I'm not even looking at these things for at least a year or two. Just all the strength of understand fully how the market is going to do certain tokens, certain projects, certain things. And it's just like whatever, just throw it in there. This is throwing money in a this is straight D boy stuff. Okay, people throw some money in the closet, shoe boxes, some in the dirt, some under the mattress. I don't know. When it's time to go do something, you check in those spots and see what's in there. Okay, that's the way it works. I don't know. All right, let's see what else we have. I didn't say I know how to keep money. I said I know how to make it, or help you save it. Tornado Cash is back in the news. Tornado Cash developer guilty of money laundering. I didn't even again. I haven't don't really read most of these stories. I read headlines first. But for stories I have no clue what's going on, like for one like this, I like to skim through it. And of course, my no clue is a little bit more than no clue. Like I understand Tornado Cash. The United States is mad because this amazing software is allowing us to obfuscate. I can't even say the word obfuscate Bitcoin, which should have been already included, but whatever. It helps us mix up Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Somebody wrote software program to do it. It's the same as saying, hey, if we ever found out who Satoshi Nakamoto is, the creator of Bitcoin, we would arrest him, her, or thems for money laundering. This is the same thing. Or let's make it even more black and white. You made your version of Microsoft Word, right? What if they arrest you for doing that? Like literally all these people did is code. This is code, zeros and ones, and they're being arrested for money laundering because those zeros and ones create a website where other people decided to literally put their Bitcoin in and get the same amount back, just in different types of Bitcoin. And this is the same government that said Bitcoin wasn't real, it was fraudulent, all this other stuff. Now they're saying, whoa, wait, you're. It's like there's so many easy ways to explain it, but it's so hard because it's so ridiculous. Imagine if for Pokemon cards you got in trouble for money laundering. Pokemon cards are worth a lot of money, people. Like, but the government is not a big enough market to where the government says we need to regulate. But imagine if the Pokemon card market was like Beanie Babies back when Princess Diana was around, right? Like it was getting incredible, like just crazy. And then all of a sudden, they say, "Whoa, are you bringing all your Pokemon cards to a meetup and mixing them around and just taking like the equal number back where there's different cards? That's money laundering." No, like imagine that with artwork. What if I were to go to bring 3 pieces of art to an art warehouse and they say, "Hey, you're allowed to swap them around." Technically, that'd be money laundering. Like if I swapped them around for a Van Gogh or something, that's money laundering. Like so. Again, it's super subjective. I get it, gang. I'm not even mad. I understand what's happening. They're saying, hey, it's hard enough to track this shit already. You're going to make it harder. We're going to make your life harder. That is gang being a gang right there. So it is what it is. Pertsev has been under arrest in the Netherlands since August 2022 after the United States government blacklisted Tornado Cash. That's right. He's not even arrested here. You know that long reach. They say, look, hey, U.S. said, hey, we don't feel like going either. Just hold them for us and we'll figure it out when it's time to figure it out. Alexei Pertsev, the developer of the cryptocurrency mixing protocol Tornado Cash, has been found guilty. It's official, I guess, has been found guilty of money laundering, raising potentially severe implications for open source code developers. Seriously, this is big because I've been keeping up, but not like with a close eye. I didn't realize that it was coming up this soon. I remember he was being held. I thought that he might be going on trial. I didn't realize the trial started, blah, blah, blah. I just knew that this day would eventually come where I would see the headline, click and be like, don't know what's going on here. It's been a while. And let's see what happens. What's happening. And it looks like this is what's happening. People, do you understand how, like, I just explained it, but this is bad news. You literally can create a website and the government deems it, like, for whatever reason they don't like it, they can slap a whatever law on it and say, hey, oh shit, you done XYZ, boy, like it's over for you. And it's like, come on, man. Like when we think of money laundering with Bitcoin is what they're saying he did, because he made a website to where you can mix your Bitcoin. And again, from a technological point of view, no one's even thinking about money laundering. That's the messed up part of it. The government, which is thinking about the money aspect, that's all they're thinking about, is literally how much the value, how much we can make off this, how much we can squeeze this for. That's all they're thinking about when it comes to Bitcoin and the entire crypto market. On the flip side, people who are actual Bitcoin maximalists and stuff, they're thinking how can we make this technology even better? And one of the things to make Bitcoin even better was the fact that it wasn't private, right? That it was only pseudo anonymous, that old-fashioned investigative work could locate addresses and pair them with people, and it can allow you to know who has what wallet. So in the effort, in the effort to fix that and to add new features to Bitcoin, people are saying, hey, we can change the entire code of all the Bitcoin out there, the entire Bitcoin software, and update it so that it has a privacy feature to it, right? Or in the short term, we can have these privacy mixers, which will just be a website and you can throw your Bitcoin on it. It mixes it up and it gives you different ones. And these started like the research on this, people. This was so messed up about it. The research on this, the talks about this, go to Bitcoin forum, like the discussions, the forums, and the things that actually takes to build this, right? It started from an idea. It wasn't like, what's this guy's name really quick from Tornado Cash? This Tornado Cash developer, Alexei Pertsev. It wasn't like he just woke up one day and was like, and boom, Tornado Cash is here. Like, no, there were ideas that go into it. There were conversations that go into it. It didn't just happen. I'm trying to figure out how to block this this page. I gotta figure out they every time I come here, they got a new update on this what's called. I'm glad they're doing stuff with it, but goodness gracious. But yeah, so my point is all this discussion that went into it, all this research, all this time, the right. I mean, how many times did he get Tornado Cash wrong before he got it right? So all that money and capital and resources and time that went into creating it, at that time, Bitcoin was fake still. The government didn't want it. They didn't like it. They didn't recognize it. It wasn't on any markets. It's not being regulated. Nothing is happening while these discussions are happening. Then they finally come up with this thing. They finally take the time to code it. They put the money into it. They put the resources to it. They plan it. Everybody's on email chains, forums, Bitcoin forums, telegraphs, all this stuff happens for him to have his business idea. And then our government comes, our American government comes and says, oh, hell no, that's money laundering. Well, I thought you all just said a couple of years ago, Bitcoin is not money. And right now you're saying some of it is security. And then you're trying to tax it as a commodity. Like, so what is Bitcoin? You cannot say they're doing money laundering for Bitcoin when you're not even saying Bitcoin is money. This is like, so I'm about to use profanity, but I'm doing better right now. This is so freaking crazy. I want you all to be able to play this in school. So I got to do better. Okay. At least this specific show. Like, this is crazy to me. That's insane to me, but it is what it is. It is what's happening. Gang, gang on gang, gang. It always happens. I always say it for a reason. That's right. Pertsev was found guilty of money laundering by Dutch judges at the S. Hertenjus Bosch Court of Appeal on May 14th. It was even crazier, too. This is how the U.S. really gets you to make sure you have no chance of ever coming back from this. If you remember, let's see, he's been under arrest in the Netherlands since August 2022 after the U.S. blacklisted Tornado Cash, right? So the Netherlands said, the U.S. ain't messing with you. We're going to scoop you up. And then the Netherlands saying, we're going to charge you with this money laundering. Like, do you know how much legal, like, just hoops you have to get through? Because the Netherlands, I already know how this is going to go. I've seen it done in the military before, in the American government and the Department of Defense. They'll ping pong this thing. The Dutch officials, oh, you got to talk to Americans, man. They told us X, Y, and Z. You go talk to America. Hell, we don't got you in our jails, our prisons. You got to go talk to the Dutch, man. You know, they're the ones who you go back, talk to the Dutch. Well, yeah, true. You hear, but it was Americans with the paperwork. You go to Americans. What paperwork? Oh, man. Hey, show us the email. Okay. Like, this thing is over. And this, you got to remember, this is our government's play right here. We're too polite to just kill you and tell you we gangsters. So we just like to sneak about it, and we kill you slowly. It's like poison. And the way we've essentially poisoned this guy is now tied him up in courts, legal battles, and money and everything else that has nothing to do with making a better underlying product, Tornado Cash. And that's all our government wants. XRP Ripple, that's all. We just wanted you to, gosh, you were the fifth wealthiest person on the planet, bro. You started having countries. I mean, shit, you almost came a world currency, XRP. We can't. Hold on, buddy. Not saying we need to kill you. We just need to slow you down. And that's what the government did to them. So that's all they're doing here. Hey, if this guy gets whatever years in prison or this happens or whatever, who knows? Who cares, right? The United States government just needs him to slow his roll, and everybody like him to slow his roll for another 3 to 5 to 6 to 7 years at least. That's all they need. And that's actually what the sentence was. The developer was sentenced to 5 years and 4 months in prison for allegedly laundering $1.2 billion worth of illicit assets on the platform, and then really quick. Again, how many bankers have been sentenced to prison? Y'all literally sentenced a dude who sits in a room and codes on his laptop and just made a website to swap your Bitcoin to like. And this is where I say it's like, I'm being serious now, and this is where I know I'm gonna lose some of you. It is where it is. There can never be a substitute for violence, because you're not going to talk me into prison. And that's essentially what they did to this guy. Oh man, what you did was wrong. Yeah, you need to, yeah, oh yeah. They talk like what? What? Even with the economic prowess and power Bitcoin can give you, it will not be a substitute for violence, because they just talked a man, a human being, into prison because he made a website that allow you to swap Bitcoin. That's what we use our resources at. I love it. I love it. Freedom. But again, $1.2 billion worth of illicit assets. My point of this, right, wrong, or whatever, the United States just want to slow the guy down. We're slowing him down 5 or 6 years. Put that big brain in jail. Give your ass some time to think about that. Get you away from a computer. Let the U.S. figure out how to trace this shit, how to track it. Put a tracker on every Bitcoin, or at least make everybody use some centralized wallets. They're thinking the next 5 or 6 years, Pelosi gets away, Elizabeth Warren, everyone will be using a Coinbase wallet. They can track every last Bitcoin and cryptocurrency transaction out there. And they can add an automatic tax to every transaction, swap, anything you do in the digital space when it comes to any digital asset. They're hoping to have everything handled. So in 6 years, when you're free, oh yeah, go free and make your tornado cash. It doesn't matter. We're all on one centralized system anyway. So again, this is the sentencing that came despite Tornado Cash being a non-custodial crypto mixing protocol, meaning that the funds that go through the protocol are never held or controlled by it. That's right. All those $1.2 billion funds are only $1.2 billion the website transacted. The actual human being, Alexei, never had control or held any of those funds. Despite that, developer was found guilty after first being in jail in the Netherlands, August 2022. So spent 2 years in jail. And then he's getting 5 or 6 years in prison, and they're giving him 14 days. That's right, 2 weeks to appeal it. Shout out to you. Hey, man, listen. Oh, we are vicious, people. We are vicious. We are vicious. We are vicious. We are vicious. As are other countries. I ain't gonna act like it's just the US. It's many governments. But if you think you can money your way out of this viciousness the world has to offer you, or I don't know, you're gonna Bitcoin freedom, economic your way out of this, talk your way. No, when it gets down and dirty, the powers that be aren't going to let you buy your way out of this slavery they're trying to instill the entire planet in, nor will they allow you to talk your way out of nothing. Keep your gunpowder dry, because if not, they're going to drag you to prison for creating a website, for trading artwork, for doing something with your NFT, for anything novel that you think, oh, I just had this bright idea to save my entire family, city, region from poverty and to make it. No, not unless that same family, region, and everything else is ready to put some gunpowder behind everything you're saying. Because if not, no, they about to get you with a hustle. And this is absolutely crazy. But yeah, you don't even need to custodian the funds. You just need to make a website. Whew. Let's see. According to previous indictment, Pertsov should have suspected the illicit origins of some of the transactions on the platform that he co-developed. I'm not even all right. We're not going to get into this. So essentially, they're saying this: you should have known there's going to be illegal transactions, because ATMs never have any illegal transactions. No one goes to an ATM at 3 or 4 in the morning and then goes to, I can name a million different things I'm not going to name, because I said I was going to try to keep this show as kid friendly as possible moving forward. It's going to begin tomorrow, Friday's show on FBF. It's not even going to be an official It's going to be a FOC, AWK, right? Can they say that? I don't know. But seriously, yeah, I don't know. This is crazy. This is crazy. They're saying that he should have known all $1.2 billion where it came from. Oh man, oh man, oh man. No bank or no ATM has never had any illegal or illicit funds. This is crazy. All right, what else we have going on? Solana-based Cypher developer confesses to gambling away $300,000 of user funds. We haven't seen this one before. Oh man, this is like I strongly dislike the people who do this as well. This is terrible for the market, scares people away. This is why we can't have self-regulation. The list goes on and on and on. But the insiders exploit went unnoticed for months despite over 36 individual transactions. That's right. Pseudonymous Cypher protocol developer Hoke was confessed to stealing nearly $300,000 worth of user funds and gambling them away. The core developer of the Solana-based cross-margin decentralized exchange admitted his wrongdoing in a public statement shared in the May 14th X post. Like literally, we've seen this time after time in crypto again. Now you want to talk about shit that the money gone. Let me guess. That's what happened, right? Now that I spent all your money, now that I did X, Y, and Z, now let's go ahead and talk about what I did wrong. Here we go. To address the elephant in the room, the allegations are true. I took the funds and gambled them away. I didn't run away with it, nor did anyone else. His confession follows a post on May 13th by the pseudonymous core contributor Cobra revealing the absence of the funds. The post went unnoticed until an unknown Discord group member shed light on experiencing fund withdrawal issues. According to Cobra, Hoek has stolen funds from the Cypher redemption contract. This happened over months via 36 contracts. The deployer wallet ETR8 withdrawal funds from Cypher's redemption contract, then conducts swaps and sends Solana USDC and USDT to intermediary wallet. This intermediary wallet then sends funds to Binance. I mean, a story as old as time. He's not the first, and unfortunately, not the last person. This article is getting into this gambling, a growing addiction in the crypto space. Like, no, I'm not going. No, just like the last article, we're not playing this game. No, it's not the gambling addiction's fault. It's not any fuck no. It's that human's fault. Again, this isn't the first, and this isn't the last person to do it. And the shame part about this and the people that keep doing this type of stuff, it's like the jig has to end. Are you going to go like 20 years, 10 years, 30 years, just keep rolling and snowballing? And like the jig has to end. Or is it like one of those things where as a person, like, are you really not thinking that straight to where like you don't think the jig's going to end or you don't care if it's going to end? I don't know how this works. But again, it's not the first, it's not the last. And no, I'm not going to blame it on any types of addictions or anything like that. I'm going to, it's just straight selfishness and being a capitalist at the heart of it. It's a person who took that 300K. I tell you what, if he would have made 10 million, 10 billion, whatever the imaginary number was, right? If he would have made that gambling, I can almost guarantee you the fund, the group, the Cypher or whatever, it would not have saw the $300,000 back. He still would have taken it. What was the movie we just saw on Netflix? Was it Bitcoin or one of the movies we saw? But essentially the guy was like, he was already millions up. He already had stolen from a guy and it was like his last like few $1,000s or whatever. And he was like, I didn't even need it, man. And I still took it. Like, that's the type, these are criminals. These are bad human beings. All right. Cancel culture should exist in some forms because of humans like this who, but oh, that tweet was from 6 years ago. Yeah. You stealing money is from 6 years ago too. That doesn't mean it just poof, all of a sudden it's over with. Fuck no. Like, no. This is why I always say people stay on the sideline. If you're going to be a gangster, be one for your whole life. If you're doing criminal shit, in my eyes, you're a gangster too. You don't get, it's different types, true. Didn't say you was hard. Didn't say you was tough. But, oh, you're going to be on this side of the fence for sure. You playing that type of game. So, no, this dude played a game. He got caught. Now all of a sudden it's about gambling addictions and this, that. No. Even if he would have made money, he would not have given back the $300,000. We're talking about pieces of crap right now. I did good right there. You see that? We're talking about like disgusting humans. They're not giving the money back. There's nothing that's, oh man. So, because how do you even get the money back without looking like a fool? How do you sneak the $300,000 back into the fund? What excuse do you, like, what do you say? It's not, he wasn't going to give it back. He was ready to ride this thing out, good, bad, or ugly. And so the real question, the next question is, and I'm ready to read the comments in the chat. What do we do with these people in the crypto industry, right? What happens to these people? How do we self-regulate these people in the crypto industry? Because they're out there. So how does this happen? I don't know. You all tell me in the comments. All right, what else do we have going on? El Salvador mines 474 Bitcoin using geothermal volcanic energy. That's right. El Salvador currently holds 5,750 Bitcoin, worth $354 million accumulated over 3 years. And clap El Salvador. Shout out to El Salvador. Man, I want to go to El Salvador. I need to make that trip there to Bitcoin Beach. Bitcoin beaches. Listen, I do need to make the trip. However, I got to be honest. Look, I'm older than I look. Okay, people, I've done a lot. This is how I feel about a lot of stuff. I feel the same about protesting for the most part. I feel the same about a lot of volunteer stuff. Actually, for me, I feel the same about the protesting, the volunteers, the early stage stuff. Okay, I get how older people start. Listen, I'm getting too old for a lot of early stage stuff. I've done it a million times. I've volunteered everywhere. I protest. I was walking the streets of Detroit at 8 years old. Trust me, I've protested too many times in my life. Okay, I'm tired of it. I say all that to say I haven't heard. I need to look up some YouTube videos, but I just don't want to be on the ground floor of the Bitcoin beach. Yeah, I want to go when it's like, give me about 7, 8 years when it's like, oh man, y'all got all what? Y'all got a Ferris wheel on the Bitcoin beach? Oh, let me go use the Ferris wheel. I want to go when the boardwalk is built up, okay? Shamefully, I know it's terrible, but listen, I've been on the ground floor in this industry for a lot of stuff. I'm tired of it, okay? I want to go when y'all got air conditioning, all right? That ground floor is hot. It's no shade. It's bugs biting you. There's all types of craziness going on, okay? I don't want to do it for Bitcoin Beach. So let me know when El Salvador's Bitcoin Beach is up and running, all the way good to go, and I'm making the first trip out there. But if it's like on some right now, and I'm sure it's not like that, but when it first came out, Fire Festival messed it up, people. All I kept thinking about was Fire Festival, all right, but just a little bit more organized. Now, I know El Salvador's doing a great job. I'm not saying it like in a bad way, even though it sounds terrible. I know they're doing a great job as far as actually getting Bitcoin. But when you talk about Bitcoin, the actual beach and everything else, I'm like, man, I've seen some of these pictures of these what's the Liberland and all this stuff. All right, it looked like a whole bunch of camping going on. All right, I did my military service. I'm not going back outside. I like views and air conditioning. All right. With all that being said, once again, El Salvador has mined a total of 474 Bitcoin worth $29 million using volcanic geothermal energy since 2021. The Bitcoin is mined with power from the country's Tecapa, did I say that right? Tecapa volcano using 300 mining processors. The country has allocated 1.5 megawatts to cryptocurrency mining out the 102 megawatts produced by the state-owned power plant, according to Reuters. So yeah, shout out to them. I mean, this is great news. Wait, so this is since 21, of course, when they started. El Salvador made history by becoming the first country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender alongside the United States dollar. Since then, the government has adopted several Bitcoin-focused policies, including establishing a geothermal plant to mine Bitcoin. Because I was going to say, I don't think it's been a full 3 years, actually. It's probably been more like 2.5 to 2 years, because it was 3 years since they actually started it. So I want to say maybe 2.5 max. So shout out to President Bukele again, Bukele. Shout out to El Salvador. I mean, way to use your energy to mine Bitcoin. Shout out to Josh as well, my homie Josh Coleman, Lather and More. Check out his soaps. Him and his wife make amazing soaps for both males and females, unisex, whatever. They're different ones, deodorants, all the good stuff. I get mine from him. It's always cool to know the people who actually give you your products. But he's a Bitcoin miner as well. Boom. The reason why he applies to this. He is a Bitcoin miner, and shout out to Josh. We were talking about before he got everything in. I've been paying attention. He just got his solar panels in a couple months ago, and he's been keeping updates, of course, on social media. And he is mining Bitcoin using solar energy at his house. Now, granted, he's been doing it for a while now, so his rigs are hooked up and everything. But it's real. It's happening. He's saving money. So to see El Salvador do it, Volcano, to see even at a local level, someone I know do it with their own home, their own family, and like extra spare bedrooms or whatever. This is like, people, it works. So now, what are other people going to say about the energy debate? Right? Just crickets. What are they going to say about the energy debate now that it's working? And this is what I mean about accountability. It's like, it was this whole energy, blah, blah, blah. I want to go back for like every editor, author, every person who posted one of those articles with all this research, and every person who was a witness to the energy crisis that was going on all of a sudden because of Bitcoin was. You remember, it's only an energy crisis when Bitcoin is worth a lot, not when it's not worth a lot. when the price of Bitcoin is low, it's not an energy crisis. It's only when the price of Bitcoin is high and the general public doesn't have enough, then it's an energy crisis. So when these things are happening, I want to like trace these people back down, be like, so what's going on in El Salvador? Like, is this not an energy crisis there? Is not an energy crisis for the individuals who's using solar energy? How does this work? Your subjectivity. I must know. I must know. I'm like Shaq. How does the MVP voting work? I don't know. Is it because you did this? Or hey, Shaq was like, hold on, man. Some BS. Shaq won his rings. All right. Chloe Dior said another reason to keep Bitcoin down because they will be paying off the IMF soon. That is true. Very true. IMF, that is true. They probably want that as low as possible because the last thing they want is a high price Bitcoin. El Salvador paid them off and boom, they got extra left over. Let's see what else we have. How about a TGOC El Salvador meetup? Hey, let me know if it's ready. I'll go again. Let me make sure we got the air conditioning and the views. Let's see. El Salvador equals a Bitcoin honeypot. Quite possibly. That'll be super scary. Let's see. I'm looking at some funny comments. Chat GBT will shut you down and ban your account if you use a VPN. Oh, crazy. I didn't even know that. Let's see. Carbon tax, your breath and farts are going to be accounted for. Hey, you never know. The Fed and the Treasury should have known some people would do illegal transactions with the USD, right? What are the cons? Oh, that's why. What are the cons of using a VPN? Yeah, I mean, some platforms might not allow they can read them and stuff, but it's like the biggest con, I guess, would just be speeds. Not only matter if you're like streaming movies or video games, but even then, clearly some of these cheaters have gotten around it. Call of Duty people know what I'm talking about, but no, there's not really a lot of cons in my perspective of using a VPN. Possibly if you log on to some websites and platforms that are restricted by region, and if you use a VPN from a certain region and you don't use that same region again, or if you go back onto that platform or website and use it, your home region by mistake, they can permanently lock you out of those accounts. So that could be a con if you forget to turn it back on, but by and large, it is not terrible. Yeah, so it's not too bad, at least for me. All right. What else do we have? FBI is money. Arrest them for money laundering. IRS, crypto's property. We can tax you on capital gains. SEC is security. Sue them, arrest them. CFTC is commodity. So yeah, that's essentially what's happening. Our government has been like, hey, we're just going to keep it gray. No regulations. Every agency, whatever you can arrest and keep, you keep. Whatever you can take, you take. Because again, gang. It's not like these agencies are keeping it to themselves. Like they're keeping a portion of it. But usually what's going to happen is like FBI, SEC, CFTC, IRS. Arrest all these crypto people who are doing whatever law you just imaginarily made or apply, right? You arrest them, you confiscate the crypto. That all goes back to the federal government, right? All goes back to the gang bosses, all right? Who we actually don't know who they are, right? We assume it's just the president, but people, it gets so crazy. We're going to get deep. That's not this show, but it goes back up to the top. Once it's back up to the top, then say SEC, for example, Gary Gensler, then you can say, hey, we did over 20 billion in crypto busts and seizures last year, confiscated, blah, blah, blah. We need a budget this year of $3 billion. Isn't that what he's trying to do? IRS, hey, we got about 20,000 new people under penalty who be paying us back for the next 50 years because of crypto, whatever. We need an extra $100 million budget. And this is how those funds get redistributed back. But it's the same as a fucking gang. It's the same. Like what? People, you sell drugs all day, or you go scam, you go rob people, you go steal. All the money all bad people do, all these criminals, it usually, unless they're working by themselves, some places, if it's an organized place, it can't. All that money goes back up to the top. Sometimes they're allowed to keep a little bit first before they send it up. Sometimes they got to send it all back up. And then once they do, then it's reached. What you need, homie? What's going on? Ooh. Oh, that's already paid for. We already took care of that. Paid for. I already talked to him. This guy on the house. I'm gonna tell you I paid. Like, so listen, it's the same, but different, but still same. All right, last couple of quick stories. Now I gotta have some fun with this. Over 1 million new crypto. Is it gonna be last? Oh, this is the last story. Oh my goodness, people. When I saw this story, I couldn't even believe it. This is Absolutely insane. Over 1 million new crypto tokens have been launched since April. All right. First thing I need to acknowledge is that I have been way off. Like, I didn't know it was happening that fast. The last story I read like a year or so ago, maybe 2 years at this point, it said about 29,000 new cryptos have been made or something like that. It had been a while. I didn't know we were exponentially increasing the way we were exponentially increasing. This is absolutely insane. Insane. And again, this goes back to the whole, if there were only Bitcoin, a lot of this market cap would be in Bitcoin. But again, over 1 million new crypto tokens have been launched since April. Nearly half of the 1 million new tokens launched since April 1st have been meme coins created on the Solana network. You talk about gambling. So I'm assuming like most of these are coming from the same group or groups of people, whatever. Same persons or persons. And excuse me. And most of them are what else to say? Meme coin Solana network. I'm about to listen. I'm about to choke on my. I don't know if it's the water or just talking so long or what it is. That's what I'm about to cry. You goodness gracious. No, I don't know. A million meme coins Solana network. Oh, I was gonna say I don't know if most of them are being created by the same group of people, the same person or a group of persons or whatever. But I would think that they are. There's no way, no how. There's a million different individual projects since April. That I do not believe, even on a global scale. Why? There's not a fucking million people like globally that's just coding projects. Even if you can cut, copy, and paste them off one website, people don't even know to go to that website. So no, I don't think there's a million unique ones. I do think, or excuse me, while I think there's a million unique cryptocurrency tokens being created, I don't think there's a million unique people creating them. I think they're coming from the same people. So like one person is probably could be attributed to, I would say 10% is easy, like 2%, 5%, something. One person more than likely is. So again, this is more than 1 million new tokens have been created since the start of April, with over 370,000 new tokens cropping up on Ethereum, while over 640,000 new tokens, mostly meme coins, were launched on Solana. And oh my God, I can see what's happening right now. It just happened. People, I see. Oh, do you all not see what's happening right now? I can't be the only one. This is amazing. The meme coin, it just graduated, people. We have just entered the .com bubble for meme coins. It worked with 1-800 numbers as well as .coms. .coms are way bigger, of course, but that's essentially everything .com, right? Any name you can think of, .com it. I think that's what's happening right now with the meme coins. I mean, proof of that is with GMC, I think, or Gamestop, GME. I think just off that little couple sentences, what it seems to be, I already know how it's gonna go. I need to look at the names of these things. I'm going to go ahead and assume everything that's on the traditional market is probably being copycat on meme coin. Any type of word or phrase is becoming popular in culture is being copied as a meme. Like anything that's recognizable is becoming a meme coin, which I won't lie, for the creator would make a lot of sense. For the creator, yeah, you can make some money off it. For everybody else who dumps into it, get ready to ride that ride for how long, who knows? But I mean, you're gonna be 99 years old, telling your grandson, your great, oh, I want to pass down the my Doge Floki Inu XT. It never did anything, but you never know. One day it might. Like what? So you'll be waiting for forever for some of these tokens. But the fact that there's over 1 million since April, I mean, how many shit coins are out there? Oh, I did it. How many altcoins are out there? I love how we took shit coins to altcoins to meme coins now. The narrative, people, how it slowly changes. The narrative slowly changes. Call them what you want. They the same. Since April 1st, 372,642 new tokens have been launched on the Ethereum network, with 88% launched on Coinbase's Layer 2 blockchain base. The Layer 2 network has witnessed an explosion of activity brought about by degens flocking to the low-cost network to whip up new meme coins. All right, I want to be clear real quick. And for all our, I was going to say white, but I'll say other, for all the other listeners as well, other people who aren't black, basically, because I'm black, so I'm just going from that point of view. Same as West Coast. I live in California, so I start on Pacific time. I'm going to go Eastern time. But I'm just saying this for people who aren't black. This is how black people feel about the N-word right here, what I'm about to say, okay? Hold on, Cointelegraph. I don't know how I feel about a publication of your size calling us degens, okay? It's one thing for some DJs to call each other DJs. It's like a coin telegraph. Y'all DJs now? You know what? Actually, I'll be nice to Coin Telegraph, and here's why. They might actually be DJs too with these fucking headlines they've been having in their articles as of lately. So you know what? Let me take it back, Coin Telegraph. My bad. Maybe you are calling DJs, but by and large, I didn't feel good about reading that just now. I just felt it didn't feel like a friendly DJ. It didn't feel like my homie. So just to let everybody know that's how I feel too. The N word. It's the same. It's like I don't think you should be saying that, brother. It don't sound right coming from you. It didn't sound right from Coin Telegraph saying DJs. I don't know. That was me. It didn't stick right, but whatever. Brought about by DJs flocking to the low-cost network to whip up new meme coins. That's right. Coinbase director Connor Grogan cited a similar figure in a May 14 post to X, noting that this was twice the number of tokens created on Ethereum between 2015 and 2023. Well, of course, I mean, the overall market in and of itself. But yes, that is crazy that essentially in a month, you can have more tokens created than in 8 years. You don't think we have a problem, people? I think we have a problem. Let's say that again. In 1 month, more tokens were created than in the previous 8 years. People, and you think they're gonna be able to regulate this? And this is what we talked about. Oh, I wish I could just have an aura light. Just hold on. Let me try it. Let's get creative. Oh, you think the IRS or the United States government or any government, or let's even take it further, every government around the planet working together, you think they'll be able to regulate this market? People, we are wasting money. We're throwing it away. I would say no to regulation, primarily because it cannot be regulated. Them trying to regulate it, as I just showed you with the SEC, IRS, and all this other stuff, that's the hustle for them to get paid more. That's the hustle for them to go back to the government and get budget increases where they spend that money on, yes, some of the stuff the office needs, and then maybe, hey, I don't know, what does Gary Gensler drive? Does he have his own car? What type of stock options does he have? This is the type of research you have to do as far as when they're asking for an additional budget. You really think, listen, who like to work that much? Who like to work that much where they just, I just need all the budget so I can have all the pens and staplers and the paperwork and we can just go the fax machines going to make sure everything, really, that's all we spend all a $3 billion budget increase. That's what we're going to spend it on. All right, folks. If you want to believe it, I mean, I got some shit I can show you, but I'll be going to jail over it. The government don't play that, but I got some shit I can show you. All right, let's get back to this story. 1 million tokens, or excuse me, more tokens in 1 month in the past 8 years. But meanwhile, again, 643,227 new tokens were created on Solana in the same time frame, according to data from the analytics platform Step Finance. Oh, Step, I've been on there before. They do a decent job, or at least used to. It looks like the new SPO tokens excluding, so we're not even including NFTs in this. Woo! 1.3 million, essentially 1,351,006. Look at this right here. And again, I would attribute a lot of this to many things. Explosion of technology, right? Software. All of a sudden, because of people like the big guy who made the Bitcoin mixer, maybe not him specifically, but those who are dibbling and dabbling in the different ways to create meme coins and altcoins quicker by creating websites where you can just literally go onto a website and say, I want mine to look like this, be this, have this many, do this, and in 15 minutes you have a meme coin. So it's easier to make more than ever. The amount of people trying to make it has increased. Why? Because people are finding out about it. They're interested in it, whether it's from a financial point of view, because it's a financial point of view. But seriously, people are looking at meme coins as financial freedom. They're saying, hey, it worked for you with Dogecoin, it worked for you for Floki, it worked for you for Shiba. Why can't it work for me? Why can't I create one? So I could see this thing getting crazy, especially in countries to where we already saw them doing things like play to earn games in order to actually support themselves as a job, right? And it's kind of crazy. It's kind of like DoorDash and Uber and stuff. Wasn't supposed to be a primary job, but it was like almost forced to, like, people force the market into a primary job almost. I don't know. It's like the same thing was happening with play to earn, where it's like not supposed to be a primary job and it's starting to become it. I think this will be the same thing where people are saying, hey, as a primary job, I'm going to create meme coins, speculate, and figure out, was it what was the Kendrick Lamar song, which I'm, by the way, need to start playing in the show. I didn't realize it was like really rights free, you can display it, but not like us, like a not like us token. There will be someone to capitalize on every new thing that come out. A new stock market ticker symbol came up, time to put it on there. I think that might be the new or next hustle we've been looking for in the space, right? We had NFTs, we had ICOs, we had whatever. We even had technically meme coins, but we haven't had meme coin mania to where it's literally like, no, no, no. It's not about even putting money into meme coins. It's about creating the next big one. So I don't know if that's what's next. That could be. Yes, Bitcoin Shango said the government is going to squeeze that wet soap. They're going to play eternal whack-a-mole trying to regulate this. I mean, people, like this is literally the moment we've been waiting on. It's actually crazy. It's happening on a Wednesday or Tuesday, wherever the last couple of days it happened, last month, I guess. This is what we've been talking about when we're like, they're not going to be able to regulate. It's going to get crazy. It is a million in a month versus you saw the last 8 years. That is absolutely crazy. All right, last few comments I got to call it a day. I honestly only ever mean to go on about 25 minutes, but I be enjoying it, people. I be enjoying it. Of course, you warriors make this so easy. Make sure you smash a like and share, of course. Let's see. The state swig line stapler and everything. You already know. Cointelegraph gonna get that class action lawsuit. That feels like discrimination. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, hold on. I don't know, man. Y'all do a lot of corporate stuff, be calling people DJs. Y'all call each other DJs in y'all meetings? Yeah, I didn't. That didn't sit right with me, man. That didn't feel good. Let's see. Yep, just like the rush when ENS got up and running. Anything.eth, of course. Yeah, that was right. Yeah, you're right. When ENS and Stopbo Domains as well, a couple others. Yeah, people went crazy with them, right? So I think that's the hustle right now. That's the meme coin hustle. We'll see what happens though. Let's see. The folks doing mining with solar, wind, etc. The government subsidizes their criminals. Exactly. The government does subsidize that as well right now. So you technically could be mining Bitcoin for free, or at least I won't say free, probably discounted, for sure discounted. Let's see. Do you think the potential ban on using derivatives for betting on the U.S. election by CFTC officials have a future impact on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies? Just kind of like what we said. I mean, because of what they want, I would say yes. But because of like literally what we just talked about, I would say no, because it was like, how? Let's not even talk about the DeFi side of things. I mean, I've got the project a few years ago. I think it's still around that started like the kind of betting stuff. You could technically, I think, even now bet on elections. Like you can bet on, I think this would be the president, or I think this would be like, I'm pretty sure you can bet on elections. I know you can do sports. And somebody remind me of the name of that platform. But my point is, if that were to be something that the market looked forward to and actually made a lot of money and blah, 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 they would pop up left and right. Centralized ones would pop up, DeFi ones would pop up, but there would be a ton of platforms for us to bet on crypto for things like elections. The government would not be able to stop it. It would be the same as like the whack-a-mole type of deal. They might stop the first 1 to 3. Let me be clear now, because clearly the first few people are getting slapped up by the government, right? But they're not going to stop the entire market from actually becoming a market. Let's see what else we have. All right, I think that's about it for most of the comments today. Smash that like and share. As always, we will see you Friday with some more news. And again, this should be on the podcast in about 15 minutes. So be on the lookout if you want to listen to it as well.